Hello everyone, it's Monday. Cheers. 10th of October. Second cup of the morning. Cheers. It's good this morning. A simple cup of coffee that is well blended. I do like it with sweet with cream in general, although I drink it black as well. There's nothing better. Nothing better. I forgot to thank you all for your Bandcamp Friday. I had another good Bandcamp Friday. Thank you. Thank you folks who are paying extra as it's obvious that you're doing it as a gesture of support to be paying more than the stated price for items. Thank you very much. I do very much appreciate it. Knowing that we have at least one more Bandcamp Friday coming next month. Oh, maybe two, November and December. Well, but for November, my intention is to try to I'll put something new together to offer to you all. At least one new track. I have a new album's worth of material ready to go, but I'm waiting to have it released on vinyl next year through FPE Records. So I won't be sharing any of that. I did play some at Lincoln Calling live a few weeks ago. But I just started a new piece that's kind of a drone piece. And it's not done. It might be done by then, and if so, I'll kind of work around that. Someone had mentioned asked me if I would considered reissuing some of my old cassette releases, and the answer is no. But if there's interest in the music, I used to have them actually on my Bandcamp site for a long time, and there was no interest, so I deleted them. I could put them back if there's interest. And just, let me know. So there's that, and I'm just going to riff, since the main thing I had in mind that I'd forgotten to mention yesterday was to thank you all for your support on Bandcamp Friday. Thank you very much. The other thing I want to keep sharing is I'm slowly working my way through the Muffins Baker's Dozen. And it's real worthwhile. They're a substantial piece of music history to my ears. I love on one of the discs they in a live setting they cover Henry Cowell's Solemn Music very nicely. That's just the best. Cheers, Dave, if you see this. I see where Oscar, who watches apparently all of my videos and does them like in a binge, has just caught up, was sharing that he had a knee blowout. I hope your knee's okay, Oscar. Okay, so in actual listening, because when I reflect on yesterday, I was supposed to have company and it didn't work out. And so I don't even really know what I did. It was just a lazy Sunday. So what I do remember is listening to this twice. Abacab by Genesis. I have it on CD because I was, for convenience, I was listening to it as I was laying in bed and, going off in a nap. I really like this. I really like the band Genesis, and I don't particularly need to hear from folks who have that general opinion that this is a sellout and it's no longer Genesis. On close listen, this is pure Genesis. Actually, as a person who makes music and recognizes processes, I can hear the interaction between Mike, Tony, and Phil, and how what they're creating, in essence, is the same, not type of music, but the same elements throughout their playing together. The songs that are most obviously a throwback to what quote unquote fans really want to hear is like Me and Sarah Jane on here. To me, that's a classic Genesis song. But a couple of the other songs on here that I really like are Dodo, Lurker, and Another Record. And I have it on vinyl, but like I said, I have it out on CD because of convenience. I listened to another CD almost all the way through. Someone sent this to me a while back. Kikagaku, Moyo, Masana Temples. They apparently just broke up recently. They have a bit of a throwback sound to psychedelia. This is nice. But I have to tell you, I wouldn't have bought this now that I'm, listening to it. No, this is not what this doesn't have, I like this. I've seen people rave about this band. I think if I was younger and did not have the reference point that I have regarding psychedelia, I might hear this differently. But it's like, this is just nice. It's nice. Probably if I saw them live, that would help. I'd probably get into it live. Which brings up something from the other night, talking to folks at Black Midi. St. Vincent is someone that folks talk about and like, and I bought her album when it first came out, and I don't get into her. That's what I was going to share. I recognize talent, and I recognize people when people are good, but that doesn't mean that I'll like it. And St. Vincent's songwriting does not align with. I haven't heard anything by her yet that really trips my trigger. I recognize she's good. I like her originality. But so far she hasn't made any songs that I've heard that really connect with what I'm looking for. I'd like to share that. St. Vincent. My stack down here is small because I put a bunch of stuff away. What I did listen to, I have an album sitting here that I haven't played, but I'll play maybe today, maybe I won't. But this I did listen to. The Charles Mingus Jazz Workshop, Stormy Weather. And what stood out to me on this one was, first off, Eric Dolphy on his solos, Ted Curson as well. If you know jazz, you know how much of a giant Charles Mingus was in the way that he worked with music, worked with musicians. He had a reputation for being cantankerous and difficult. I think, among other reasons, because of racism, but mainly because he knew what he wanted. And he had a high standard. And as a player, as a bass player, he could bring it. If you, in particular, I mean, you can listen to Charles Mingus and hear it. But if you ever, I would suggest that you look up some video of Charles Mingus live. Watch. Not only listen, but watch how he handles that bass. His technique is incredibly good. And just, ooh, man. So that was the highlight of listening yesterday. I pulled this to play, but I haven't played it yet. Space Guerilla by Mrs. Beastly, German fusion band. This is a reissue. Numbered reissue. Good band, actually. I know that already. Instrumental primarily. But I haven't played it yet. The Mingus and the Genesis are the highlights of my most recent listening. And like I say, it would be nice if more people really understood the definition of opinion. Because we all have them, and there's no really... If you have a difference, then you do. But, there's really no value in telling me, especially about Genesis. I'm saying that because Genesis is one of those bands where you get that. It's almost de rigueur. Peter Gabriel era, post Gabriel era, and this divide, and I'm not having it. I've been with them from the beginning, and I just love those people and the music they make, and I hear their artistry through all the way into We Can't Dance, which is considered their worst album by a lot of people. They still bring the Genesis on that album on several tracks. But I would not want an artist to repeat themselves for the sake of trying to please the fans. I hear music where that's what's being done, in the mainstream mainly, and it's like, this doesn't even interest me. A very good example of that is the latest Ozzy album. I love Black Sabbath, and as a person I love Ozzy, but he is a golden goose, okay? They keep reviving him and propping him up so they can make more money. It's not that the new album is bad, it's good, but it's a product, and it's so obviously one that is pandering to his fan base. To me, it's like, yuck. Yuck. So that's an example of what I'm talking about. Ozzy is a product. But he deserves whatever enjoyment he can derive from his status. I would imagine there's an awful lot of pressure on him, even from his wife as his manager, to just keep producing, make us money. I would not like that in my life. I would not like that dynamic. So I'm quite happy with my simple life as it is. Quite happy that I'm at the point where, besides playing music and talking about it, I make it, produce it, put it out in the world, and it actually is connecting. I'll be happy with that. So once again, I guess the last thing I'll say is, Dave, if you see this, bravo and kudos to the whole band, Paul, Billy, Tom. Paul's been in touch. He wants to do some work, and Paul Sears, the drummer from the Muppets. And I like that, but because of the way that I've been working in digital, I have to think about, I don't have anything to present to Paul on the surface that I really want to do to set up doing long distance tracks. But I love the fact that Paul wants to work with me. I love it. He's a good drummer. There are some performances that I hear where you hear little mistakes and stuff, but that's just life. I mean, he's a good drummer. He is. Okay, then I'm just kind of babbling on. People, take care. Stay in touch. Family, be well. Stephanie, I was digging the pictures of Adrian and Floyd, that new dress that she wore. That's badass. Okay, y'all. Talk to you.